Getting ready for a trip to the Czech Republic. It's where my family's from way back when, and I'm going to be leaving here in a couple of days to do some family history research and to spend Christmas with some friends over there. So this is what I'm packing. So like I said, I'm going to be vlogging my travels, and right now I'm actually going through some stuff that I got for my next trip to the Czech Republic. Okay, the first rule of international travel is pack everything that you think you're going to need and then take half of it out. I already have a lot of my clothes packed up in some of these clear like travel cubes, and I think they are actually awesome for several reasons. One, it keeps your clothes dry if something gets spilled on your bag. I was traveling in Asia one time and somebody had broken a bottle of soy sauce all over my bag, and I had to wear soy sauce clothes for the rest of my trip. So it's a good idea to do this. And I've got a bunch of my like underwear, t-shirts, socks, that kind of stuff rolled up in the same kind of bag. Another useful thing for travel cubes is toiletries. All of your liquids and gels and that kind of stuff, put in one of these kind of travel cubes on the outside of your luggage, because you will have to pull this out through TSA. And the rule, remember, is 3.4 ounces for each individual container of liquid. And altogether, I'm not sure how much it is, but you can't have too many liquids, so don't overpack liquids. But the individual travel container amount is 3.4 ounces. And then yeah, you just shove that in there and pull it out through TSA. They'll check it, shove it back in, no problem. Did you know that peanut butter counts as a gel? I did not know that before I bought this, but I had a friend that wants peanut butter from America that I was gonna take. But I'm not sure how that's going to work if this counts as gel, because this is definitely more than 3.4 ounces. So, if you're taking food on your carry-on, if it's for a dietary issue, you can get approved. Like if I was a diabetic, I could probably take this and just have to tell TSA or whatever before I fly. I am not, just as a gift, so I might not be flying with this. One tip is to roll your clothing. It saves space and it reduces wrinkling as well. Another tip is put your socks in your shoes if you're going to be taking more than one pair of shoes. It saves space. Just shove all kinds of stuff in. Another tip, awesome little dryer sheets. Put that down in throughout your luggage. Keeps everything fresh and clean. Now I don't like checked luggage. If at all possible, I will not check any luggage. So I'm going to try and fit everything for my 2-week trip in this suitcase and a personal item, which is the satchel. Don't be one of those people that like tries to take this ginormous bag on the plane. Don't be that guy. It slows everything down. Everyone gets really good. I cannot stress this enough. Travel with copies of your passport and visa if you are traveling to a country that needs a visa. Or, like I'm going to be doing, travel with an extra copy of your train tickets. I had to buy train tickets from Prague to Vienna, and you have to print your own tickets off. I have multiple copies of this in case I lose one. But keep all of that in this bag, and I have an extra copy in here. Got the awesome money belt, which I don't really like this style or format, I guess. It's not really natural to have it around my waist and like shove my passport money down my pants, but it's the best one I could find. Nobody's invented any good money safe carrying device. Might be something I'll do someday. That's a good idea. Now this little thing is something I just made because, let me tell you, there's all kinds of travel gear and money pouches like this, and it's like, it looks a little bit like a girdle. I'm not a fan of that. And then you stuff it in your pants, and like when you go to reach money, you're just like sticking your hands in your pants. I don't like it. Anyway, so I couldn't find anything that I really liked to travel with, so I just made this. I'm kind of good at leather goods, and this is what I came up with. It's actually kind of just a billfold, but it has a place for my cell phone. Nice little pen, because you always have to fill out immigration cards or something like that. And a place for my passport. And then on the inside, I've got little places for my cards if I'm going to be traveling with a credit card. So yes, I've got this little thing. Bad thing about having a credit card, your passport, your phone all in one spot is if you lose this one thing, you are screwed. All of your good stuff is gone. So just be extra careful not to lose that, especially in Europe where pickpocketing is an issue. I always travel with an extra pair of socks and underwear in my satchel or my travel bag, whatever extra carry-on thing you've got. Even though I'm going to be carrying both of these bags on, I still get that just in case, I don't know what I'll run into. But definitely if you're going to check your other bag, you don't want to end up in another country and your bag gets lost or delayed or something, and you might have to live out of your carry-on for a day or two. So always bring a little bit extra clothing that you think you'll need. I travel with wet wipes and Kleenex as well. You never know when you're going to need that, especially if you're traveling to rural areas like East Asia where you need your own toilet paper. Going to be traveling to do family history research, and so I've got to take a lot of like documents and stuff that I just want to take. I don't want to take them in hard copy form, but I don't want to travel with my laptop, so I'm just going to take some hard copies, no problem. One thing, this is where I've got my extra copies of my passport, just in case I lose my real thing. I've got a backup. It's also where I've got an extra copy of my train tickets and emergency contact information, such as an embassy in your host country or your host town. So, lots of good information in there. I would also say if you're a AAA member, you can get these nice little booklet print-off things that they will give you about the country that you're going to. They give you a little bit of background as far as cultural practices, travel tips, some security stuff, safety, travel safety, all that kind of good stuff. I will say, from an anthropological background, it's going to be very, very touristy. Nothing's going to be what we would call indigenous, and so take everything they say with a grain of salt. Might not actually line up to what most people really appreciate. So, do a little research on your own as far as the host country you're going to. And I've also got my journal and some reading books for the journey. Don't rely on your phone the whole way or your laptop. Take a real book, because when you're on a plane for 12 hours and your battery dies, or when you can't get Wi-Fi, you can't read anything. And real books are awesome. I mean, come on. We've been using real books for 2,000 years, so anyway, take a real book. As far as electronics, it's good to keep all of your electronics in a separate space because you never know when you might have to pull them out. I've got all of my iPhone chargers, my headphones, whatever, kind of in a separate thing in my other carry-on. I can just pull out the scanner to check it. One thing that is awesome that I highly recommend is some kind of external battery, which is what this is. This is an Anchor external battery. Very small, very travel accessible, but basically you just plug any kind of a USB device into this, like an iPhone or whatever you're using. And with an iPhone, they say it will give you about 2 full charges for 1 charge of this. So make sure you have this charged up before it travels, and your phone charged up, and then you should be able to last quite a ways. So I haven't used this yet. I'm actually looking forward to trying this out for the first time, so I will let you know how it goes. So make sure you have an adapter or converter. These are not converters. Make sure you realize the difference between converters and adapters, because different countries use different voltage. And if your device does not support a certain voltage, then you will blow it up. Maybe not literally, but you will break it. I had an electric shaver that I took to East Asia one time, and it didn't support the local voltage there, and I burned out the motor. And I couldn't shave for 6 months since I was living there for 6 months. So make sure you have a converter or adapter. These are just adapters because it just takes the plugins. If you look really closely, these are European plugins. It's the 2 little prong things. I think they call them ED something or another. But there's all kinds of things. There's countries that use that, whatnot. But if you have an adapter like this, you can simply plug that into your host country's adapter plug-in thing, and then just plug your regular plug into that. Most of Europe is 240 voltage, and so just if you read on the back of your, like this is an iPhone charger, it's got this handy little thing there where it says, oh look, I support 100 to 240 volts. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, so any kind of a device that has this kind of a thing, or like an Apple plug-in like this, most of that's going to be an automatic converter for you, so you shouldn't have to worry about voltage. But if it's a device that just is a straight cord that you'll plug right into here, you want to be careful with the voltage that you are using. Now I am going to be packing Christmas gifts because it is Christmas right now, almost Christmas. But I'm going to be traveling with gifts, and I have not packed them in bags yet. I just got them loose. And don't wrap them if there's something that TSA might think is shady. This is actually stained glass, and it's in the shape of a star, so people might think that it's some kind of weapon. So I haven't wrapped it, I've just kept it accessible in case they need to check this through TSA. This is just the book, so I wrapped it up, not a problem. If you do wrap up something like this shady, they will open your wrapped gift and ruin Christmas for you. Anyway. Another travel tip. This is really girly of me, but take a scarf. If it's going to be winter, like now where I'm going in Europe, a scarf is more than just a thing to keep your neck warm when you're traveling, which is, I mean, it's a good idea. Especially if it gets flipping cold in the winter and you're going to be walking down in downtown Prague or whatever. But a scarf like this is multi-purpose. You can use it as a pillow. You can use it as a blanket on the plane. You can use it as a neck supporter on the plane so that your head doesn't get all cranked up when you're traveling for 12 hours. Good idea. Anyway, gloves, in case you travel with them, whatever. Something else to keep in mind when you travel. Take good traveling shoes that you are going to be comfortable in. And something that is easy to get in and out of. Don't be that guy in TSA that takes forever taking his shoes off and his belt and all kinds of crap. These unzip, slip right in and out. I love them. They're comfortable. You can walk around with them all day. Good stuff. Belt. I'm only taking one belt and I'm going to wear it. It's this belt, probably, more than likely this belt. Don't take more than one belt, it's not necessary. I am not traveling with my laptop this time. Europe is rampant with pickpockets and thieves if you're not careful. If you do travel with a laptop or electronics, just make sure you're alert and aware when you're out in public. And remember, thieves look for things like this that are obviously laptop bags. So don't stand out. If you're going to travel with a laptop, don't use your regular laptop bag, because they'll go, ooh, yeah, foreigner with a laptop bag. It's probably a Mac, probably expensive. I'm going for that guy. And he's probably not paying attention, so I can get it really easy. Just be smart when you travel. Be alert, but make sure you can pack in a way and travel in a way that's easy, so that you're not loaded down with luggage, so that you can travel and enjoy the country you're in and enjoy the people you're with.